Hey, Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah. All cleaned and oiled.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Hot damn, it's time to get down to the jam. It's time to get down, it's time to get down, it's time to get down to the jam. I said it's time to get down to the knowledge, gonna get on down with the know. On the morning coffee show, on morning coffee with Keith, here on Pop Culture Minefield.
Excuse me, can I get a cup of coffee? Black?
Can't you see we talking?
White?
Good morning, everybody. Or should I say, good super morning to everybody. Well, unless you've been living under a rock by now, especially if you're a fan of this show, many of you, if not all of you, probably have seen the full 2-minute trailer that they just dropped this morning for James Gunn's Superman. And wow. They put a lot in there. And yet, given what, has been revealed about who's in the film and some of the other characters, there was a lot in that trailer, but yet it didn't really reveal that much. Good morning, Martin. What did you think?
Good morning, Keith. Well, we have been in this show talking about this topic, and I am. I am not that often optimistic. I still don't like the suit. I like cotton sweat. I still don't like the dog.
I know that is a thing.
My soapbox.
I know that is a thing for you, man.
Yeah, I would have preferred to have Nathan playing Hal instead of Guy, and I love Guy. I just think it's not the correct, the right casting. But, however, after seeing the trailer, I can say that Mr. Gunn, you have my attention.
Okay. I have to admit, for me, I've been a Superman fan about as long as I've been reading comics, and
I never would have noticed.
Well, plus, I was. It is difficult, for at least me, not to be a Superman fan, and like my brother, my twin brother, and I grew up, as just major geeks. We watched everything that was on TV, and it's hard to have not seen the Adventures of Superman and Batman 66 and all of the animated cartoons that were done in the 60s for all of the DC characters, Teen Titans, Justice League, Aquaman, and of course Batman and Superman. So yeah, this is in my wheelhouse. And just to put it all out there, I was also a big fan of what Zack Snyder did. And speaking of which, let me at least say a big hello to everyone that is joining us. Shout out to Penny, Shinatsky, Sci-Fi Mom B, and of course Tim, Gap After Dark, and a very big shout out to my buddy, my pal, Sil Abdul. Hey man, glad you're hanging out with me today. Sil, if you want to come on the show, you are more than welcome to come on my show. Okay, and hang out and give your view on things. Gap After Dark says, "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. No, it's Keith. It's a plane. No, it's Martin. It's Super Talk Day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, and Superman's dog." Wow, Gap. Hello, everyone. Hit the like button on the way in. It's going to be a super day. And on behalf of everyone in the great state of Ohio and, of course, in the lovely cities of Cincinnati and Cleveland, thank you.
Okay, kid. Let me run this for our good friend Tim.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Love that film. Love that film. Leaky's live streams. Hello. Wow. I feel special today. Really, I do. And this is a special day. Given how long, I can at least speak for myself. Given how long I've been waiting since they even started or since they even announced they were going to do this, let alone starting production, I am very excited. And I know that there are those people out there who have issues, and it would be very dishonest of me if I didn't say that I didn't have my own reservations initially. I, like you, Martin, I need to see how this works, how his uniform works.
No, the uniform does not work. Oh my God, the boots are horrible.
I am also, the thing about James Gunn is you can definitely understand and see that he is a comic book fan. Okay. And on his show, Robservations, my other twin brother, Robert Meyer Burnett, was able to point out that, James Gunn himself is a big comic book fan, but mainly a comic book fan of DC Comics, particularly of the 80s. So from what I've seen, he's definitely all that. Oh, Wolverine 626. I've been apprehensive about Gunn directing Superman, but this trailer puts me at ease. Crypto with that cape was ridiculous, though. It doesn't look right in live action, especially that breed. I think Wolverine agrees with you, Martin.
I don't have problems with the cape. I have three problems. First, the breed. That's the wrong breed for Crypto. Number two, why the fuck is Crypto running? He can fly. Number three, Crypto is CGI? Why? Why not using a real dog? The fuck?
Yeah. I look, I'm gonna tell you right now. It
Wait,
fooled me.
give me a second. I seem that I do not have a way to send Sil a link. Can you?
You know what? I'll handle it. I will
thank you.
I will send him the link.
Sil, your link is on the way.
But I will say this. I was fooled. but then again, seemingly it's easy to fool me. It seems like I just I don't know. I'm ready to believe and to enjoy. And I just think that ultimately I think everyone else is ready to believe again and enjoy. I don't think anybody's really hoping that this fails. I think almost everybody wants this to succeed. Again, I would say that hello, Read by Nature. I would just say this. I think we need to at least give him a chance. Okay, because there is a lot riding on this film for James Gunn and for everybody attached to this. And I just want to see what he's going to do. This trailer, like for some of you in the chat, put a lot of my concerns at ease. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I'm just looking forward to July rolling around and being able to buy the ticket, get to my seat, and watch this film. I don't think I can put it any plainer than that. This is my most anticipated film of next year. And I can't say that he's hit it out of the park because I haven't seen the film yet. But I'd say that we are on the road to something good, which is really all James Gunn has to do is just deliver a good movie. Okay, that's it. He has to deliver a good movie. That's all anybody really wants. Just a good movie. Wolverine 66. However, the next trailer could turn me off again if the dialogue is the typical cringe-inducing Gunn comedy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Leaky's live stream says, "Tell us the truth, Keith." That's how I feel. I'm just I'm just ready to have fun with Superman on the big screen again. That's all. So
Well, yeah, I need to see it. I want to see it. I don't want to get hyped, but I think the things I saw in the trailer move the needle a little to yeah. Uh, there's there's a chance that this work. Hey, CJ. Now I'm still in two parts of the trailer. You see the techno electro flying Medusa wreaking havoc to the city, and he's just there with Lois in a tender moment in front of the window where that shit is destroying Metropolis. Dude, the fuck are you doing?
I gotta see the movie. And again, I just gotta see it. I know there are a lot of other films coming out next year. Oh, let's see. Wolverine 66 says Superman 2025 has to be on par with Superman 1978.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one you have to measure with. If you fail that,
CJ with Action Grip says, just a warning, I love the Superman trailer. Laugh out loud. I kind of did myself too. It's just, again, it is. I am just ready to go forward with all of this stuff.
Wait,
I'm a big. Oh,
we have a guest in our
we have a
midst.
guest.
Oh yeah, somebody who has been here before, but we haven't seen him in a long, long time. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, Sil Abdul.
All right. Finally made it to Keith's panel. It took me a couple years.
How you doing, man?
I am, man. If most people don't know, first off, greetings to both of y'all. Good to be back among y'all. If most people don't know, I cover mostly DC. I mean, I do mostly CBM and geek stuff. Keith know, but DC's my thing, right, Keith? And
Oh yeah,
shill Abdul. Yeah, we're shilling. It's DC time. But this became a DC event, right? Like this became pretty big on my platforms. The marketing leading up to this trailer, and just I gotta say, Gunn. I was wondering what the tone would be. Gunn really made a mature trailer, and I was not expecting that. was not expecting a trailer. You got James Gunn. This is the mix. James Gunn, a super dog, and a kaiju. And I didn't feel like it was stupid. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this a chance. Like I'm gonna give it a chance. Like it's like you have that first date, and it's like, okay, we'll go to the movies together now. Like that's where I'm at with James Gunn right now. I'm like, okay, see what you got.
I agree. It just felt good to see all that, and that was my first hurdle. This is our first real look at these characters moving, interacting a little bit, and seeing a few choice action scenes. And I didn't hate it at all. I kind of loved it. But again, to be fair, this is just a trailer. And the first one. So there will be more between now and July. Hopefully, all the trailers that they release between now and then, I will like them all. But as of right now, I am leaning. Well, I can't even get away with saying that. I'm going to buy my ticket. I am going to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm definitely intrigued enough to be like, let's see what he does.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go day one. I'm gonna try it really. Get After Dark. You're wrong. That's the wrong breed.
At least when Crypto showed up, like he wasn't like bouncing with like goofy music, because like seriously, I was expecting some weird tones, and like Crypto like came up like, yeah, what's up? Like, oh, okay, let me get you home, man. Like it's like, oh, okay, not bad.
Yeah, it's again, I just think that wow, Gap.
Now, do you think having Crypto opens the door for us to finally see Batman's dog?
Ace?
Yeah.
This is James Gunn.
You know what? That's going to depend on what the
reaction of the public.
Well, it's going to depend on what the Brave and the Bold want to do. Now, if you're asking me, I'm going to say that, yeah, we might see Ace, but it'll be a different way to look at Ace. And I think, look, the pets for a lot of you out there are just the beginning. If this is a guy who's going to do something like give us Crypto for the first time on film, I think there's also a better than average chance that he could just go deep and give us Space Cabbie.
Why not?
I mean,
We got a kaiju, Keith. We got a kaiju in a Superman film. Well, I think he can do anything now, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
It's just
he made a raccoon work on screen, and he made
Yeah.
a lot of people cry for that raccoon. So
Well,
you never know.
now that was just the beginning. You know, now he set himself up. He's going to have to make a squirrel work. A talking squirrel is going to have
lantern?
to be. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. He's going to have to make a talking squirrel
Why
work.
not?
That is the one thing they did not do the last time they made a Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. They didn't have him in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Chip,
just saying.
in the chat, the lantern, Why
It's-
not?
There's a lot to put in there. And let me at least ask this, Sil, while I got you here.
Mm.
They released that picture the other day of Kyle Chandler. You know, what were your thoughts?
It's definitely is leaning into, like the early promotional art of the Lantern series. They had like that old man Hal, grizzled. I think it's like Earth 1 Hal Jordan, I think, is a run. And so you kind of see the angle they're going with that. Then also, too, I'm thinking, could we possibly do like a parallax angle, where Hal gets to a point where, he gets overwhelmed. And so that's potential right there. So, but I think with the Lanterns thing, I know you heard probably the early reports, they was aiming kind of high, trying to get like Ewan McGregor and Matthew McConaughey. And they end up with Kyle Chandler, who's more of a TV, like Emmy winning actor, not a movie star. So I think Lanterns is going to be more about Jon Stewart, the Aaron Pierce. I think Kyle Chandler is going to be more of like a supporting. So, but as far as like I said, his look, like I said, that's straight. I think that's Earth 1 Hal. So I mean, that's what they're doing. So yeah, I'm on board with these early projects. I'm intrigued enough to be like, let's see what they do with Lanterns. I just hope it's not too grounded. That's the only thing I'm worried about with the Lantern series, because it's a streaming show, not a film. So, will it be like, are they going to go to Oa at all? Like, is it going to be anything cosmic at all? So that's the only thing that worries me about that.
Hey. Latinos land, welcome, my friend.
You
Aaron
are
Pierre,
welcome to join us on here, because look, you are always welcome. Okay, seriously, you are always welcome to jump into the show. So, I mean, Martin, if you want to send him a link. But while you're doing that, let me at least say this. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like Kyle Chandler. I think he's a great actor. My only problem with doing this is having and purposely going out and trying to find actors who are well into their 40s or 50s to be Hal. Okay, that is too old. Okay, people need to understand. There seems to be this kind of just the same with a lot of the Spider-Man fans who believe that it is Peter's destiny to die. That way, we could bring in our new Spider-Man. You are too stuck on that. And for a lot of the people that are either anti-Hal fans or not the biggest fans, Hal Jordan is about the same age as Bruce Wayne. That is the fact. It is only for that period of time when they were doing that storyline that they aged him up because of the parasite. Not because he was older than everybody else. It was because of the parasite.
Right.
So Hal Jordan's actually a man in his late 30s, not even 40 yet. And so really, according to the comics, Barry Allen, Oliver Queen, Hal Jordan, Bruce Wayne, and one or two others are all about the same age. So to age up Hal that much means that they've never had any plans for this character. His ultimate fate is to be gotten rid of so they can job him out for
Set up
John
John.
Stewart. Which again, not only sets it up in a way that is just to me, it's a bad idea to do that, because John's story, again, there are a lot of fans out there. Hey man, how's it going, Paulie?
That's not Paulie. That's Paulie's son.
Hey. How we doing?
Man,
It is
you
an
look like
honor to
25
have
years
you.
younger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I shaved it off, man.
You.
Did I stream with him before? It's the same person. Okay. I was like, is that this the same person? Yeah.
First of all, let me just say, it is indeed an honor to have you, Paulie, and Sil on the show. Okay.
Sil's great.
Just
Sil's great. I
It
saw
is,
your reaction this morning on Cosmetics channel. Comics and Cosmetics.
We had a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, great job, bro. Great job.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
DC's my thing, man. So this was like a holiday. Yeah. This is.
Oh, what'd y'all think?
I liked it. I liked it. But then again, I'm again, as Gary will say, I'm kind of biased because I'm actually from Ohio. So for me, you know,
Explains
Superman
everything.
is a character that is he was kind of sort of born just down the road from where I was. So
And you got that in the trailer.
yeah, it's
with,
great.
With Pruitt Taylor Vince. What a great actor. Oof. I can't wait to see what that's like it's really a true teaser, because you're seeing all these incredible actors and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the character, and then what's the story, what's the take. So yeah, man.
Yeah, they put a lot in that trailer too. That's what really, I was not like it wasn't like jarring, but I was just like, okay, you know, it was a serious tone, and then it was just like, boom, crypto, kaiju, the man in the black suit, Lex Luthor, like they're just hitting you. I was like, geez, it's a lot.
It's a living universe. It is a living universe, and it's to me.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Well, that's because that's always a complaint. It's like, oh, why are you doing the origin story again? Why are you doing the origin story again? It's like, okay, boom.
Right in the middle of the action.
And then I've already seen people complaining, there's too many characters. It should just be Superman. It should just be you know what? It sounds like you ain't never gonna be happy. Bye-bye.
I think Superman in the middle of the desert by himself.
It's freaking Superman, man. You have to gang up to go against him. What
you need a kaiju. You need a kaiju to fight Superman. I'm really impressed with the kaiju.
Right? Oh, what did you think about his? I actually got a lot of his Clark Kent, of what he's gonna go for. Just in the like two really quick scenes, just him, the way he was walking, how awkward he is, how strange he is. I was digging that vibe.
You think it's a Reeves vibe, right?
By the way, we have a super chat from our friend Joe's Atmosphere.
Oh,
it says,
"Wow,
just watch it, and I'm unofficially hype.
Yeah,
it looks like a good man in a rough world. The trailer and score hit all the right beats for me. Halo.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree, and Halo. I was really afraid of look. If I had to pick one thing that I was really, it's not so much apprehensive about, I was just waiting to see how it would be. It would be all of the Kansas stuff, all the Smallville stuff. So the scene with his dad, that got me. And I noticed they haven't put his mom in yet. But that
do
to
a reverse.
Me,
you feeling they'll do like it'll be Mod passes first. Because he's there with Parkin like an emotional scene.
I don't know. That I never thought about that. That's interesting.
You can't kill Martha.
That's a
twist. That's home for Clark. You can't kill Martha.
That's a deal breaker for you.
I don't know.
I think you're muted.
I don't know.
Paul Kent's not necessarily supposed to live, right?
It depends. It depends.
It depends.
Originally, he doesn't. But
Okay,
I think years and years and years of having depressed Clark Kent around the holiday season, they decided to allow, both his parents to live because he lost both originally in the comics.
Right,
And
different storylines in the comics? Or was it the one main one?
It was different storylines over time. Both his parents, he outlived both of his parents. So this is a guy that struck out twice with parents. And
right.
So in the 70s, whenever the holidays would roll around, you'd have all these things where all the heroes would go off and do stuff, and then they have their own families and stuff. And Superman was the only person that spent it alone. And after years of doing that, they decided, well, we're going to change things up. We'll at least allow him to keep Ma Kent. And then they decided, well, we'll allow him to keep both parents. And so, and after the success of Lois and Clark, which was the first television show that really put that forward, it worked for me, and it worked for everybody else. So they just continued to write them in. And
from what I saw with Pruitt Taylor Vince, in that quick little, because it was the master shot of the Kent house, then a 2-shot and him hugging in, and then an over the head 2-shot, behind the shoulder 2-shot. I was like, I mean, that's I can't wait to hear that dialogue, bro. I can't wait.
That's the next test. That is the next test.
Right. Exactly.
Hear something.
This is like the ultimate teaser, because technically it's a teaser. There's no one scene that they stay. There's no dialogues of characters going back and forth. There's not even a monologue.
Yeah.
It's maybe, what is it? Just take me home, and the Superman.
Yeah, just a crypto line.
Yeah.
And that kind of got me too. I mean, that is something right out of the comics. Around 1960s. Cal's relationship with crypto was always one of those things that everybody that grew up reading those comics at that time, you wanted a dog. You wanted a dog like crypto, So I see everything, and all I can say is, okay, I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to hear look. I'm waiting to hear what Lois is going to sound like. The dialogue for her. If you can get Lois right, I think you have a really good shot at something big for this film.
Well, she's a special actress.
Yes.
She's a
Brosnahan. Yeah, she's great.
I mean, so is Amy Adams. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
I just think, I agree. I really need to hear and see that chemistry between them two.
It's important, and it's important to see how the rest of the newsroom works, because I've always wanted someone to try to bring to life the rest of these characters. We have been teased for years, for decades, with only bits and pieces of Superman and his characters brought to life. If James Gunn is really one of these people who gets off on just rooting out certain characters that other people wouldn't go for or have never really used or focused on, I'm expecting this film to have a lot of characters who aren't normally in a lot of the other. And that's part of the reason why I'm kind of excited about Brave and the Bold. I know he's not actually directing that one, but I'm looking forward to seeing the entire Bat family in that one. I know they're going to focus on Batman and Robin, but I am looking forward to seeing the entire Bat family in that film. That's what I am expecting. And just like with Green Lantern, I'm expecting to see all the Lanterns, all of them. There's no reason to hide. And after what we had with Ryan Reynolds' film, my critique of that film has never changed. All of the best scenes for that film are on Oa. They were hitting it out of the park when they had him off Earth. The problem is he's a character that initially should be on Earth, and if you can't make that work, you got a problem. And they did. The film wasn't well liked. But I think if you're going to have Jon Stewart be the guy, fantastic. But adapt his story. Don't start making stuff up for this guy. His story is strong. And what you have is a lot of people that don't know it. You have a lot of people that only know Jon Stewart because he was in the Justice League animated series. And here's a little hint, okay? That version, that's an alternate version of the Justice League. That entire story never happened in the comics at all. They were making stuff up left and right with that animated cartoon. Jon Stewart's story is a really strong one. He was actually one of the few heroes of the 70s that actually got married to another Lantern. And that entire thing was just a great storyline. And if you're going to circumvent that, you're really robbing yourself out of truly understanding who Jon Stewart is as a character. You know, some people can only judge characters against other characters. You know, some characters got to come out on top. You know, he's got to be better than Hal. He's got to be better than this. That's not the way that works. Jon Stewart as a singular character is great with an incredible backstory. And again, he's been around over, at least 50 years or more. If you've never read any of his stories from the 1970s and early 80s, you need to get hip and get with that. Because you are missing out on so much for that character. And I don't think the Lanterns TV series will be covering any of that. In reality, it looks like they just wanted to shove Hal off to the side and have a black character that could basically do all the stuff that Hal would normally do. Period. And it's almost like they have no intention of bringing in his wife. And why he's mad. Well, why Sinestro is one of his best villains. So
yeah. So what I heard with the Lanterns thing, because it's still early ideas, obviously what they're doing beyond the series, but
yeah,
there's a possibility it could be like a flashback story with Hal Jordan. Now again, why go this route? But just bear with me on that. But that's where you can kind of go back and do the Sinestro stuff. Because like you said, I think it is the series Lanterns is all about teeing up Jon Stewart for eventual Green Lantern core film. Yeah. And then it's going to be him. By that time, it's not going to be Hal Jordan holding his hand. Like it's going to be Jon Stewart and the rest of the Cosmos, So, but yeah, it could be a potential flashback story just within the DCU. Of course, if everything performs, properly. So, yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm also a little worried about the future beyond this film. I'm excited because we could actually get a chance to see something like Space Cabbie, and I would like to see, depending on how this movie does, I would eventually like to see James Gunn take some time and see about doing his version of the New Gods, because you can't get around Darkseid. That character is just huge, and I think DC needs to put that character out there, so we can have the definitive bad guy in comics. And again, go ahead.
I know we're early in the DCU, but we literally just started, right? But I don't know if you've been keeping up with Creature Commandos, but I don't want to spoil anything. But they kind of introduced Gorilla Grodd.
Oh yeah,
and that could be a potential early, baddie, and obviously got to bring in Flash at that point if you do that.
Oh yeah, I think they have an idea of some of the actors who they're aiming for. Again, depending on how this movie does, and we'll know by July. Depending on how this film does, yeah, I'd like to see what else he's got up his sleeve. but I think I remember him saying that he doesn't just want to do what everyone else has done and just sort of, okay, we have Superman, we're going to have Batman, we'll have Wonder Woman, and just go checking boxes on down the line. I think he wants to hit different parts of DC and bring in a lot of different characters that you probably wouldn't expect. And I like that because there are, again, I've said it on your show, there are so many characters, decades upon decades of stories, that for all of the different things that Warner Brothers has done with these characters, they barely scratched the surface. And it's kind of embarrassing. It really is kind of embarrassing that they have never gotten around to having gone into, say, like a Legion of Superheroes movie, which I know I keep bringing that up every time I get to this subject.
Every time I see
Legion
you,
of
you
Superheroes
say
film, it's amazing. And again, look, they got J.J. Abrams. I say just let him go wild doing a Legion of Superheroes movie, because that's really what he's done with Star Trek. His version of Star Trek is nothing but Legion of Superheroes. Hello, Sherry.
In the house.
So can I ask you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you, what did you think of the hot girl look, and what do you think this her part in this first story will be? And I got a box office question for you guys.
Okay. I by the look of her costume and the fact that she's wearing a costume kind of similar to what Guy is wearing and a few others, it looks like we've moved on from the whole Hawk origins that we knew in Hawk Girl origins that we knew in the comics. We've moved beyond that, and that's fine as long as that's made clear in the film that this is a different Hawk Girl, and that we've moved on from the comic book origins, because again, this is not meant to be origin stories. This is a living, breathing universe, and I would like to see, as I was going to say before, I would just like to see them try to bring in characters who you wouldn't expect, and give us glimpses of things that you wouldn't expect. Because we've had decades of seeing all the other stuff. We've had multiple Batman. We've had a few Wonder Women. We've even had, some Flashes. Let's check out a few of the characters that it's about time we had something from them. I would like to see them bring in, say, Adam Strange or the Spectre, or even I would like to see them try Dr. Fate again. As much as I love Pierce Brosnan in Black Adam, it looks like they're not going to continue to follow through with that. So who are you going to have as Dr. Fate? That's a good question right there.
I like those actors in Black Adam, except for Black Adam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the question. Who would you cast as Dr. Fate?
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah, Aldous Hodge. Yes, but look.
It was great. Yeah.
To me, I think he was wasted as Hawkman. Personally,
what?
I think he should be Black Lightning. Aldous Hodge would make a Black Lightning.
Well, he could do multiple characters. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That presence.
I think he nailed to the T the Brawler in Hawkman.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I could actually see him going toe to toe with the actor playing Jon Stewart, because that would make them brothers-in-laws. Those two characters are related by marriage. And I could definitely see Gunn playing off of that. And again, this gets into something that a lot of other filmmakers have never really gotten into because they really don't get into comics. You know, seeing two black men who are kind of related and how that goes. I mean, it's two men who happen to be heroes, but also one who happens to be the brother of the other one's wife, and how, you know, you have a situation with their home life where he's constantly fighting with his wife. So, you know, as the brother-in-law, how do you feel about that? it's yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, CJ with an action grip says Kendra is the original Hawk girl in a Latina body. I can't go into it. The Hawks are complicated. Yeah, it's a little too complicated. There are so many different stories just for Hawkman.
I thought Kendra was like a descendant. Maybe it depends on the run, but yeah.
The actress just released a single in a music video. Like she also has a little Latina singing career. Little cutie.
Wow. I mean, look, she looks great. And I wanna definitely in the most positive way possible, let me put it this way. I want to see more of her. But it's I'm just excited for just seeing more characters that we don't get a chance to see. And
yeah,
again,
Mr. Terrific. Like, I was like, wow, like we really got him on a big screen. That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
To see
Which
that.
one was that? Which one was that? Is that the
Mr. Terrific?
No, I know.
That's
but
the guy with the one with the T on his face. He's painted. He's got the painted face.
He had that.
He's the one with the force field.
The force field.
that force field
around his body.
That's
cool. Mr. Terrific. He is. That's actually the second Mr. Terrific, and I hope they use that origin story in talking about the Justice Society, to talk about the original Mr. Terrific and the current Mr. Terrific, and look, there are so many different stories, so many different ways to go. Yeah.
Well,
as a DC fan, go ahead.
Well, I think what we do know is the heavyweights are like amazing as far as their cast, right?
Yeah.
Kal-El, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor. Wow. Lex Luthor looked incredible.
No, Nicholas Holt's gonna crush it, man. Like he's gonna steal every scene he's in.
Well, he's gonna put it out there because again, he was up for Batman originally, and so I've always liked him as an actor.
Well, and I got to see Nosferatu early, like a few weeks ago, and let me tell you, man, he elevates. He like every year he just seems to keep elevating his game, but he's insanely good in that film. But my other question for you guys is this comes with a pretty expensive tab, right?
Yeah.
You think it's going to crack $1 billion? You think the hype is going to be between now and then to where
the budget's kind of it's a lot of different takes on what the budget really is, but I know it's definitely over 200 million, probably closer to 250 like the Guardians 3 film, but will it make $1 billion? I don't know, because like it comes out with July 11th. That's a week after Jurassic World Rebirth, which I think is going to crush it with ScarJo and Mahershala Ali. Like, yeah, that's going to be a big film. Then like 1 week later, Superman comes out. Then 2 weeks later, Fantastic Four comes out in July. So I don't think it'll make $1 billion. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but I think it can make, some good money, like close to 7. I think close to 7.
I would say 8 is my thing. I don't think it'll make $1 billion, but I don't think it'll make less than 8. And I think a lot of it is due to the fact that Gunn wanted to have just a living universe. That if superheroes existed, and if you were dealing with heroes that have been around for decades, definitely since World War II, and you've had different generations of heroes, then this is how it would be. You would always have either someone making a debut and other hero. I mean, you hear it all the time when you would go to theaters and see movies. Well, where's this person at? You'd go to an Iron Man movie, and they would expect to see one of the other Avengers kind of sort of show up.
Mm-hmm.
And based on how the MCU has been up to now, it's definitely not a true representation of what the comics are, because there are a lot of heroes in Marvel. And it's the same way with DC. If you're living in a world of heroes, if they all existed, the Justice Society, the Justice League, the Teen Titans, if they all exist, Suicide Squad, all of them, yeah, you're going to live in a world where after a while, looking up to see stuff, you're going to see different. It's not just the whoosh of Superman. You're going to be seeing other heroes fly past, So I think that's the way to do it. And it seems like, whether by design or by accident, this really, in some way, has been kind of what DC's been trying to do since 2000. In introducing all of the movies that they've made up to this point. When you look at Constantine, when you look at Jonah Hex, when you look at even something like, say, The Losers, and then Superman Returns, I think they were trying in their own way to do just that. It's just that nobody had thought of the idea of, let's just make it one unified universe. They were trying to just put out all these films. And of course, the aborted Justice League movie that they were originally going to do.
It's my George Miller.
Yeah, George Miller's Justice League film, which again, that sounded like it was going to be just incredible.
Oh man, yeah.
And for whatever reason, production on that was shut down. Phil, did they ever say why they?
Wasn't there a strike around that time?
I think
it was a writer's strike. So we're talking about after. Let's see, after Batman Begins.
No, this is before Batman Begins.
Before Batman Begins. Okay,
this is 2003. Is when
2003
when they were supposed to start production, because this was going to be Warner Brothers' response to having the X-Men. They were just going to do a Justice League movie directed by George Miller. And that the actor that they had play the Flash, the way he tells the story is that they had everything set up in Australia. They had all the costumes for all the actors ready to go. They allowed him to leave Sydney to come back to the States to visit his girlfriend and family for the holiday. And he was gearing up to come back when he got a phone call from the studio saying, "Don't bother."
Yeah, it was a WGA strike or just around that time. Actually, yeah, if I remember, if y'all remember the old Hero show on NBC,
yeah,
it was around that same time. That was the strike, and then so they tried to put everything they could in the script before the strike. Then by the strike was over, they set up separately the Nolan. And he did good with Batman Begins, and then they was going to revisit it. Then he did Dark Knight, and they were just basically like, "We're not going to revisit this because Batman business is booming. We don't want Army Hammer." But right now, they definitely want Army Hammer Batman. But back then, they didn't want a separate, separate Batman. But yeah, the stuff I heard about that film, man, like they was going to obviously have all the Trinity. There's gonna be a lot of Flash in it. I want to say I think they was fighting Brother Eye. I think that's what Brother Eye was the villain. Yeah, big ideas. George Miller, that would have been dope.
Oh, geez, George Miller would have just. Okay, I got to get past it, but it's been a few years. I got to get past it.
That was good ideas.
Let me ask you guys. I mean, now with this, if this film does well, what do you want to see outside of what has already been announced? What do you want to see added to this? What IP would you like them to tackle besides what has already been announced? Because they're talking about having a Brave and the Bold film, which is going to be a Batman and Robin film. and they've talked about at least a Themyscira television series. You know,
Right.
attempt to do the whole Game of Thrones thing. What would you like to see tackled next?
Knowing what we know about this film, the Superman film, and Gunn did some recent interviews saying Lex, like we said, is right in the middle of the action, right? Lex already hates Superman. Again, the trailer, he's setting up where, you know, you got Ultraman and Engineer who's going to fight in Superman. And like I said, the Kaiju, that's supposed to be tied to Lex. I love the Kaiju. And then, so I think this is perfect to set up, since Lex is like setting up stuff and probably growing stuff, do Connor Kent. Like you can totally go on that story where Lex creates that clone of Superman. And I think that could be an easy setup in this film, you know, if they do it.
Okay. What about you, Paulie?
I honestly would like to, if it's Brave and Bold or Young Justice, you know, I want to see Blue Beetle back. I want to see.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Sholo get like a good script. You know, like whether he's part of the world or something like that. Because I think I loved his Jaime. I really loved his Jaime. You know, the film was a you know. It was okay, you know, coming away from it after a couple of years, it's pretty basic, but he is very special. And so I'd like to see that. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with the Batman 2, because the Penguin was so successful. It actually made the Batman more interesting. So Supergirl, Millie Alcock,
That's gonna be, I think she's gonna be great.
She's supposed to appear in this. That's gonna be wonderful.
Maybe.
There's a lot of people that are on the cast list that actually didn't show up in this teaser. So we have a lot to look forward to.
And Gunn likes Cholo too, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna find a lane for him. Yeah.
It's so funny because I've just been rewatching Cobra Kai, and I'm like, man, this kid's so special. It's like you know, I'm really hoping that they bring Jaime back. New Gods.
Definitely.
Oh, they Read by Nature. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should have Ted Kord, but again, as I've said before, if you go with the original reason why Ted Kord had to back off and say it's a heart condition, it makes perfect sense, because there's no reason for Ted Kord to get back into the uniform. You know, Jaime has already accessed the Scarab. So it's really kind of like a unique situation. You have a guy who used to be a hero. He has all this experience and knowledge, and you have this young man that basically has this weapon attached to his body, you know? And so the two of them working together, oh my goodness.
Right. And Sholo does that young mentee so well. So it'll be like if let's say they got Jason, what's his name? Sudeikis.
Yeah. Jason Sudeikis would be fantastic as Ted Kord.
No. Hear me out. This is not a critique. It's just pointing this out. What you're describing basically is Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've already.
I have no problem with having Batman Beyond on screen, and this version of Blue Beetle with Ted Kord. I don't care if it's the same premise. I don't care. I just want to see that.
Well, look, again, you're talking. They've already turned down the opportunity of working with some of the guys who had worked on Into the Spider-Verse to do a Batman Beyond animated film that just from the artwork they had. Yeah, I know. The concept.
I don't want animated. I want a live action. I
like
too many years.
Bold, what's the deal with Brave and the Bold?
Well, right now, Brave and the Bold is going to be used as a Batman and Robin concept vehicle. And originally
they're still writing
comic,
it.
Yeah, they're still working on it.
I was a big fan of the animated series. That was fun.
Oh, okay. Well, the original comic that title is based on was DC's way of having like what Marvel did with Marvel Team Up, where you would take a hero and then you would use that hero as the basis to team them up with other heroes in the comics. So Brave and the Bold was it didn't initially start out with Batman, but Batman became the main guy. And so you would use Batman and just team him up with other heroes. Which again, the animated series Brave and the Bold was Batman Brave and the Bold was fun.
Yeah.
I still think that they could do more with that. I'd like to see some new episodes. Hint, hint. But that's not the direction that they're going to go with Brave and the Bold. They've decided to basically use that title for the first Batman and Robin film. And they're going to make it where it's Batman and his son. So the implication is that the rest of the Bat family are around. They exist. Again, living universe. Rather than starting at the beginning and starting with Bruce and Richard Grayson, they're going to start with Bruce and Damian. And
so that means Nightwing's out there, and Red
Nightwing
Hood
is out there. Yeah.
Nightwing's
out there. Red Hood's out there. Tim is out there. They're there. And that's the reason why I keep saying this is an opportunity to actually try to put the entire Bat family in one piece. And I'm not saying they all have to be the main character. I'm saying give them cameos. And from what I've heard, you could probably you probably know more about this than I do. So there are plans that have been discussed about allowing Nightwing to have his own movie. That has come up before.
That's going to be a big casting when they decide, if they haven't done it already and just didn't tell us. But yeah, they definitely want Nightwing.
Yeah, he is a great character with a great backstory. I personally think they should just turn it into a huge Teen Titans movie and put all the Titans in it. Not just some of the Titans. They should put all of the Titans, including the original Batgirl. Put her in it. Because while Barbara Gordon is great, she is only the second Batgirl. But she's, the original Batgirl has a great backstory. And I think you should also attempt to bring in the Joker's daughter into this. She would be fantastic addition as a character. It would allow you to use Bumblebee and her husband Mal. Again, another black couple who have had an incredible relationship. They're still married to this day. One of the longest relationships in comics. And nobody's done anything. Nobody. Nothing.
I wonder if Gunn, I'm pretty sure he's commented on Milestone Comics. That's an untapped well right there. Icon, Static.
By now, you've probably talked about Nate Moore and what's happened with him, right?
No.
Okay, so for you, Polly probably knows about this, but for you and everyone else that hasn't heard this yet, producer Nate Moore, who came to prominence producing Black Panther, looks like he's no longer a part of the MCU and Marvel Studios.
Okay.
I'm thinking, since he, in all his interviews, talked about the fact that he was a comic book fan, which, again, was, as far as I'm concerned, quite dubious as to the validity of that statement. I think he should go ahead, come down the road, come down next door, go to work for James Gunn, and be put in charge of the entire Milestone universe. Because there's so many characters and stuff within that. And it's not really part of the DC universe. It's kind of attached to it.
It's its own thing,
yeah. You need someone who can concentrate just on those characters. Nate Moore should do that. He should become the guy. Because, again, if Warner Brothers and Toby Emmerich had been smart way back in the day They had Michael B. Jordan ready to go. They
He
had
wanted
him.
to do Icon.
He
Like,
wanted to be
wanted to.
Icon.
Yeah.
Why would you say no to that? Black
This is
Superman.
before Black Panther, before
Yeah.
him being in that film.
And think about it
you
this
had
way.
him.
Nate Moore could immediately become one of the hottest producers in Hollywood if he goes to Warner Brothers, gets control of Milestone, and they announce a Static Shock movie. That is going to wreck 2025. And it's going to be it's going to be a sucker punch to the MCU. Because they're trying to get Miles Morales. They're taking their time. And just like with Wonder Woman, they're going to take too much time trying to do it, and somebody else is going to like swoop right in. You know? Mephisto, that's Icon. ICON, not Icon.
I think he's pulling your leg. He's pulling your leg.
Locked up.
Hey guys, I got a split. Sorry, guys.
Hey, thank you for coming and sitting in, and again, you are welcome anytime.
This is the back door comes in.
Oh,
What's up, buddy?
Not too much, my brother. How you doing? And Sil Abdul is here.
Yep,
you here, man. Superman
it's
Day.
Superman Day.
Look at you.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
Oh, hell yeah. It was the first thing I did when I woke up this morning.
What'd you think?
That and ignore a phone call from Martin.
yeah, I noticed that.
Well, what'd you think really fast? I got to get going. I'm curious what you thought.
I hate that I'm such a cynical douchebag. I really do. I just have no faith in James Gunn because he's right in the same group as Taika Waititi when it comes to being non-reverential. But I got to tell you, it sounds like somebody's been talking in his ear, and everything looks pretty good. The problem is there was nothing uplifting about this trailer. And when you want to see Superman, you want to see something uplifting. You want hope. You want to feel that sense of hope. And I didn't get that except for Crypto. I love Crypto.
I'm about to say
Jeez,
Crypto.
man.
Yeah, I thought
fucking
there was a lot of uplifting. You must be one cynic bastard because
dude, I love.
I am cynical,
very
Paulie.
uplifting, bro. It was very.
I really like that scene in which he saves the kid.
yeah,
the kid with the
where
flag.
he leaps
The
in the
kid
way.
makes his own little
That was really
flag.
cool.
And the scene with
Lois
his dad.
hugging him.
I have hopes. But I just don't trust James Gunn.
In Gunn, I trust. Guy's amazing. What are you
It's the
talking
only
about?
place you'll hear me talk about gun control.
Yo.
All
All right, guys, I gotta split. It's free. All you gotta do,
Said
all
on-
you gotta do is
said on
check
that
out my
note.
website. It's free.
That's right.
God bless you,
Put
Paulie.
it
Love you,
in,
man.
everybody.
All right, bro.
It's all
Paulie,
free. Comment.
you the
Subscribe to all
man.
these fools here on this panel. It's all free. The things you can do for us, it's free. Watch a
Yes.
video, comment, smash the like, dislike the back door. Right there, back door. I'm pointing to your pooper.
Oh no.
Christmas stream this Monday night. All you fools are invited.
Oh well, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Awesome.
God bless. Have a good day.
I'll be
Doing,
there.
man.
Bye, Polly. God bless.
Bye, Paulie. It's a good man there.
Yeah, Sil and I are trying to get back together with Chris Gore. We gotta get that show going, man.
Yeah, I gotta DM him. Yeah, that'd be a good interview. Yeah. Well,
Hey, I'd like to sit
Plus,
in
I
on
still
that
would
one.
like it if we could do a real Superman discussion and actually talk
Yeah.
about the 1978 film and connect
Yeah.
it to what's going on now. Because I think one of the smartest moves, Sil, was integrating John Williams' theme. Because it has that DNA
like that.
right there. You feel the DNA. Also, I read that Corn Sweat is the one who pushed to have the red shorts. Is it true?
Yeah, that's true. What did you think? Like, I barely noticed him in the trailer. Like, it's like it fits. You know what I mean? Like it didn't.
It
stand
fits.
out.
It does.
Mhm.
It's one of the few things I really liked about his costume. And I suspect that we're going to be seeing some CG in the costume. So it looks like it fits better than it probably did, because we all saw the photos from the set. Yeah. And I don't mind that. I got to be honest. As long as they make it look like Superman. Yeah.
In the trailer, it looked that first shot when he's laying down. I was like, I don't see any wrinkles. I'm like, they must have fixed it, CGI.
So Crypto was, I got to be honest, he was the star of the trailer. And I fucking love seeing Crypto. We haven't seen a live action Crypto in over 30 years.
Wow.
Crypto, and it wasn't goofy.
Yeah.
It wasn't goofy. I thought, I thought it'd be like some frumpy music or something, but it's like, no, it was like, Crypto's like, what's up? Like, what we need to do? Let me get you home.
Crypto, I just got my super ass handed to me. Take me home. And I suspect that the fight was not with, I don't know. I've got a feeling and a hope that we're finally going to get to see a proper Lex Luthor. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed kind of what they did with Superman and Lois, but boy, the quality of that show dropped over the last 2 seasons for the writing. But they ended very nicely. Were you watching Superman and Lois still?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The early seasons definitely was their better ones for sure.
The best. But I really did like
Season
that they
2,
made Lex Luthor a villain. They made him a villain.
Yeah.
Like a hard ass villain, because he got a hold of the suit and he made his kryptonite suit. And we didn't get to see much of it. What the fuck?
He had that red sun technology. Like they went pretty far with Lex, like with the short time they had on the show.
Well, they knew they were ending, and they decided to just go ahead and throw everything at the wall. Yeah. Which again, I enjoyed the show overall. I wish they had gotten one more season, but I'm happy for what I did get, and I thought all the actors did the best. In fact, I will say this. This is the only one of Greg Berlanti's shows that I think started great and ended rather nicely. I enjoyed it.
Almost feels like he had nothing to do with it.
I'm sure he signed a check or something.
Yeah, it's like he was signing people's checks, I think, was all he was doing.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, Sil. You know me. I'm going to be a dick till I'm dead.
and really, if you think about it, too, Superman Lois was at 4 seasons. So I think, if you keep his seasons short, because like Flash was good for about 3 seasons, Arrow 3 or 4 seasons, then it just gets crazy, after a certain point. So keep it short.
Somebody I saw Read by Nature brought up. He wants briefs, not boxer shorts, on Superman.
Not the draws.
Look, man, he's a limey. What do you want? He's fucking limeys are so gay. No.
But like I said, the suit looked good in the trailer. Like I was really, that was the first critique I was going to give it. But it looked good.
Well, Rachel Brosnahan really does look like Lois brought to life, straight out of the comics.
Well, they finally got a really beautiful brunette to play Lois again.
Yeah, Brosnahan.
Don't get me wrong, I like Amy Adams, but good God, man, I want a brunette Lois Lane.
Like the whole Kidder spirit right there.
Margot Kidder was. I didn't think Margot was all that pretty, but she was good as Lois Lane.
Yeah,
I lived down the street from her for a little bit when I was a kid, and in San Fernando, and I remember my dad referring to her, and I found out later who he was talking about. He kept calling her. What is that word? I can't think of the word. It's not the WHORE word, but it was a word that was very similar to that, like a woman that just likes to sleep around. And I was just really shocked by that as a kid. I wish I could remember that it's a heathen, but for women.
Oh man.
Well, God bless you, Master of the TDS. I hope you feel better, brother.
Wow. Yeah.
No, not that word, Mephisto, but thanks.
Krampus.
Can you feel in
that word?
I was thinking
Nympho.
harlot.
That's
but
the
I guess
word.
it's not.
Nympho.
Oh, okay.
Nympho. Nympho is the word I was trying to think of. Thank you. Jeebus is in my head. He knows how my brain works. Yeah, I haven't had my coffee yet, so what the hell? And by the way, get him back up here. I belong down in the bottom. There we go. No, I'm doing it.
I'm on top of the bunk bed.
Top of the bunk bed. Hey, that beard is coming in thick, brother.
I mean, winter time. I keep my face guarded.
You got to protect that
winter,
face from the cold. Oh man. Well, I don't want to hang out too long or distract too much, but I don't know how I feel about the short yet. I'm going to go watch the trailer again right now. In fact, I'm surprised you're not doing a trailer reaction here, Keith.
Well, originally I was thinking about it, but then I was going to say originally I was thinking about it, but I wasn't sure if Warner Brothers was just going to
free promotion.
Reacting. Yeah, they're hitting
free promotion.
They let me get away with it for like a good hour. Then they were just like, tap on the shoulder. Hey, buddy, can you stop? Can you stop streaming that trailer? So let me go and stop my show.
But with the shorts, I'm not sure. Is he wearing briefs or is he wearing boxer style shorts on the uniform, the costume?
It's closer to briefs.
Okay.
If comparing the trunkage of it, I think it's more of a briefs thing.
Okay, good. I'm going to go watch it again, guys. I can't think of anything. We are, Keith, you're going to be there tomorrow, right? We're going to be talking about a nice little movie for TGIF.
I like how you put it. Nice
Martin?
Little movie.
Yeah. Because I don't remember from minute to minute what the fuck I'm doing, so I can't remember what we're doing tomorrow. I just know it's a good film because I try to pick good films.
Oh, it's Debbie Does That.
By the way,
my friend, Congo.
Oh, Congo, that's right. Bruce Campbell screams like a bitch. That's right. That's gonna be fun.
I'm disavowing Gary.
Disavowing. I am planning us to do the Jules Verne story of where they go to the center of the earth, 1959, with James Mason and Pat Boone.
James and Mason.
And I'm wanting to do that sometime between now and January for TGIF. So are you joining us, Keith, or you're just intentionally not answering me?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I can.
We're just nodding.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, I've been led on by some dudes in my life, man, but come on.
I'll be there because it's Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is a Congo discussion without at least one black man, right?
Gary, castrally racist.
He's like, let me hit every quadrant possible before.
I want to make sure I piss everyone off. I'm going to piss everyone off.
Every non-white male is going to get pissed off.
Well, man. Anyway, you guys have a good show. I'll be watching, listening in.
We'll get together soon, man.
Okay, so love you, man. Keith,
right,
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. And Martin, I'll see you too. Bye, guys.
It's really necessary.
Ciao.
Bye.
3 buttons to leave.
Oh, man. Anyway.
That derailed everything. No,
well, he comes in, he does his thing, he leaves, and the rest of us are here to do what we do. But anyway, but as I was saying, according to reports, what we have here is we have a former producer for Marvel Studios who is now looking like he is he's going to be outside of Marvel Studios. So he's going to exit Marvel. If I can just get the link to hold on. See, technology. Love it, but there are some days I really, really don't.
Well, we can talk about kaijus until you're ready.
Yeah, we can talk about kaijus. Look.
Very impressed by the kaiju.
I must ask. I mean, with Metamorpho, with Simon Stagg, are we looking forward to having potentially a Metamorpho movie eventually, considering how much they're adapting from that? Because I mean, you didn't necessarily have to have Simon Stagg, but you know, Stagg is mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we may get to a quick little origin, you know, of Metamorpho, because Simon Stagg creates him, right? In the comics, Rex wants to get with Stagg's daughter.
Yep.
And he's like, you know, like F you, and he like experiments on him, and he becomes Metamorpho. So it's like the angle I'm thinking is I don't think it'll be like a solo thing. I think we can do like a Terrific spinoff. So you have Mr. Terrific there already. Metamorpho's in that group. Who else is in that group? Dang. Plastic Man. So you mean you have a couple of members already though in the film. I think you could spin off and do a Terrific show series, streaming film or something. Not really thinking solo. I think the way Gunn, and it's so early, obviously, with Gunn, he has to wait and see what lands with this film, like with the general audience, and you know, do they want a spinoff? Do they like Mr. Terrific? So I don't think a solo though. No, just to answer your question, I think it'll be more like a spinoff thing, a team spinoff. Yeah, Plastic Man, CJ. Plastic Man's the easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now, Plastic Man, in my opinion, is definitely one of those characters that it would be really interesting to see brought to life. Just because it is so weird and so unusual and seemingly right up James Gunn's alley. So
that's totally a Gunn moves to do Plastic Man.
I would. Totally. Yeah. Well, look, I finally got it to come up. So this is originally in cosmic book news, but it's also in other areas now. But it looks like Nate Moore is leaving. And according to the article, it says, let's see, this is reported on yesterday, and this is by Matt McGloin. Following the rumors that Marvel fired all its woke execs that ruined the MCU, now it's learned producer Nate Moore is exiting Marvel. The news also follows the reports Captain America Brave New World has been a disaster with massive reshoots and a ballooning budget and comes only 2 months before the film's release. Moore is the Marvel producer who went woke with Eternals. It was his idea to replace the original characters from the comics with a diverse cast. He's also the same guy that said he won't hire writers that read the comics.
Oh, that guy? Oh, no, I don't want him on DC. No.
That's a wise policy.
Keep that guy away from DC. No, we don't want that guy.
We're talking about comic book movies and TV shows here. The director of Secret Invasion revealed that he was told not to read the comics. Following the failure of Secret Invasion, Kevin Feige overhauled its TV division, which includes retooling Daredevil Born Again. Now it's known that Ironheart won't be following the comics. While that may not be a bad thing when it comes to the titular character, the show's villain is the Hood, who will be a gangster turned activist from Chicago, along with Riri Williams. You can't make this up.
No, like,
Anthony Ramos revealed he didn't read the comics, but he's putting a new, fresh spin on the character to make it fit with present day. Let's see. Nate Moore also produced Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which turned Namor into a Mexican. The 90-pound Shuri also became Black Panther, and the film forces the use of Ironheart onto the fans who had no reason to be in the movie. Moore is also listed as producing Armor Wars, which is supposed to feature Ironheart. Again, Moore is also producing Captain America: Brave New World, which reportedly has gone through nearly a dozen reshoots and massively ballooned the budget. Anthony Mackie yeah, go ahead.
This guy has produced hit after hit.
He's
My goodness.
real streak going on there.
Well, here's the other thing. Regarding the departure of Nate Moore from Marvel, Deadline says he is leaving Marvel in early 2025. Kevin Feige and Louis D'Esposito confirmed the news in a joint statement. They also say Moore will be involved with Black Panther 3, which Denzel Washington let slip is happening, which I am guessing is due to his contract, in addition to spinning things as to not look like his departure is bad press. Yet again, less than 2 months before Cap 4 gets released.
Oh man, the things I heard about Cap 4, someone that's seen one of the early cuts, it's pretty much, they could have just put it on streaming like season 2 of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's literally it's just the next episode. That's what it is. Then let's throw Red Hawk at the end. Okay, here you go. Yeah. Not expecting much from that film.
Wow. I don't know. You know, I like Nate Moore. I was trying to help the brother out. But after all of that,
that's probably your worst idea ever. It's to have him coming to DC. That's a terrible idea.
I rescind my offer then. We'll find somebody else.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Hey, maybe Walter Hamada will come back and no.
I disagree.
That's some foul language right there.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie is someone who's really been held captive throughout this entire thing. I don't blame him at all for any of the problems with the film. He's basically shown up to shoot whatever they told him to shoot, you know?
Yeah.
It's
not expecting much. Like I said, the Captain America, this Brave New World, you pretty much could guess how that film's gonna go, and it's just more of the, like I said, more of the TV show. That's really the best way to describe it, man. It's kind of sad. They spent upwards of $400 million and counting, reshooting that. They're going to lose all kinds of money on that. Harrison Ford's good. I did hear Harrison Ford is good. If you want to get a feel of Harrison Ford, go watch his old movies. No, but he is supposed to be good in this film.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, man. It probably would be a better idea to go ahead and put this in streaming, but wow. I mean, we haven't quite made it to Willow bad, but something tells me we're creeping up on it.
Yeah, this. I'm trying to think of something. Did I hear anything positive about the film? Like I said, the kids are like Red Hawk. They'll sell some toys, so you know.
Oh man,
yeah.
I think the only thing that'll make it worse is if it hits Acolyte bad. So
I didn't hear too much like woke stuff about it or like agenda and politics. I didn't hear too much about it with that. It's just you know a meh level story. That's just
well
that's
for me. I don't think of the Acolyte's main problem being woke so much as just bad storytelling. The actual story itself was just bad. I mean, it's like
bad, yeah.
It's just a bad story, and it was the same way with Willow. It's just a bad story, you know. More than anything else, I think. Again, I don't know. To me, just
Acolyte.
I gotta shake my head and just say, you know, if you're making comic book movies and you can't understand why you need comic book people to help you out, wouldn't it be better, at least in the long run, to just go ahead and start making movies that are comic book movies the way you want to make them corporately? Is if you only spend maybe $50 million or less on the actual project, rather than dropping 150, 200 million, 250 million on a project that you know a majority of this money you're never going to see again.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of these projects like this, you know. I know you mentioned Feige kind of course corrected, but just a few of these duds, you know, got through. I think Thunderbolts will probably be entertaining, but like the Ironheart, you know, series, whatever that's going to be, and Brave New World, just a few of these got through the cracks. You know, it's wasted money, pretty much.
Let me help you. There's one that you keep forgetting, and that's Wonder Man. That in and of itself has already been changed because the character was already introduced in the first Captain America movie. And so now you've shown him as a completely different individual. First of all, he's in it. He's in Captain America, and he's a white guy. Now you've shown him as a black guy. Of course, it's Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who personally would have been my first choice to play John Stewart.
Okay.
I would have had him as John Stewart. Nothing against the guy they already got. I just would have, again, that brother.
Oh, yeah, he would fit John Stewart actually pretty good. Yeah.
He just looks like John Stewart to me. But you should go ahead and get him back to Warner Brothers and just either offer him Black Lightning. Now, see that guy. See, now, in a fight, if you're talking about the actual actors, I'd put my money on Yahya. If it were going to be John Stewart versus Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce, and that particular, if he looked like Yahya, I'd go, Jefferson Pierce is going to win this. So,
it's a shame they didn't really like nab him from something, you know, just that really would fit him. You know what I mean? Like,
he's already done 2 DC characters. You know, he was Black Manta, but they also had him as the alternate universe version of Dr. Manhattan for the Watchmen TV series. And personally, I you know, if Marvel really wanted to work with him, because it looks like the actor who they had as Luke Cage isn't coming back. You could have had Yahya as the new Luke Cage. I would have bought that. I would have bought that.
Yeah, he
But
could play a few different. Yeah,
you know, they decided to go ahead and make him Wonder Man because you know they're not going to work with him beyond this Wonder Man miniseries they have going for D plus. Because again, I don't think anybody's going to watch it. And then they keep threatening.
There's no draw to it. Like Wonder Man, like after Secret Invasions. You know,
yeah, Wonder Man is a fantastic character. But if you're going to continue to even go against what you had in other MCU films, then what's the point? Nobody knows who this character is. And so you've already wasted an opportunity to attach what he is to the entire history of Marvel, let alone telling the story about where this guy was. I mean, again, you're looking at what? That was 1943, 44, during which they had Captain America, the First Avenger. So this guy's body has been missing since the Expo. And you know, you've got all these decades to fill in about where he was. I think the only upside is if you decide to make an alternate history based on Cap going back to return everything that they had borrowed in Endgame, and you somehow have a slightly altered version of history where with Cap coming back, rather than reveal who he is, he takes on another identity while helping Peggy with everything that they got for S.H.I.E.L.D. And they revive the android to become the Human Torch, which is really what he was. You know, it's the original Human Torch who is the body and basis of Wonder Man. And also, little side note, one of the 3 original hero characters, aka their version of the Trinity for Marvel. Marvel has an original Trinity that was Namor, Human Torch, and Captain America. And so far, you've turned all those characters around. Marvel, good job there. You've done an amazing job.
It's rough,
I don't know. It is rough. Look, I feel bad for Marvel fans. I feel real bad for DC fans up to a point, but it looks like you know, every DC fan's time in the doghouse might be ending. I say if even some of the things that James Gunn has talked about comes true, we could have, according to rumor, we could have a Sergeant Rock either series and or movie coming. And
a film.
May I make a suggestion if James Gunn is listening? Henry Cavill as Black Hawk. You put him in, you let him go. Make it work.
Yeah, but you know, Cavill, he wouldn't even take that role. I don't even see Cavill.
I think you would, because you're not. Look, he's not going to get Superman back, and that's fine. But what you want to do is take advantage of who he is and how much of a fan he is. You give him Giannis Blackhawk. Oh yeah, I think he could do it. Plus, it would be a double callback because the first actor to have ever played any DC hero in film, after he played Superman, turned around and played Blackhawk, which was the second DC character to make it to film. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
go
would make Cavill play Ultraman.
Yeah, it's too close to what he was doing before. That's opening old wounds, man. I wouldn't want to put him in any kind of position to, kind of take him back to, hey,
remember
where'd you
this?
Superman?
He looked great as Wolverine, though, right? That was
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a great cameo. Yeah.
Hey, Krampus, Glenn Powell, he'd be perfect for Hal Jordan. Just
Hal
saying.
Jordan, yeah. But well, we can't do that now. Yeah, that was a miss right there. If they even really talked to him, it's rumors and stuff. But I think Glenn Powell, I think he's avoiding superhero roles. That's what I'm thinking.
Let me translate that. Nobody's hit the price that his agents want.
That's what it is. Yeah. He's like, you pay me like 10 picture like contracts or something, like you gotta pay him.
Yeah. I just think that with Glenn Powell, you could either make him, well, he's got an affinity for comedy. Glenn Powell, looking the way that he does, he could be Booster Gold.
Yeah, he could have made a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Let him be Hal.
Well, since he can't,
I don't care. This is a fantasy casting. This is a dream.
Okay. Hey, Krampus,
it's your world.
Good one, Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
Smitty, Power Girl, of course. And she'd wear the costume.
That's too easy. Yeah, she had no problem
with the boob window. Woohoo!
Yeah,
totally.
With a nice window.
Yeah, she had no problem. You just write the check. She'll do it.
Oh, Krampus, another good one. Bill Hader as Plastic Man. Heck yeah.
The guy that voices Sonic, he's campaigning for Plastic Man. What's that?
Oh, really?
Name? Yeah.
Ben Schwartz?
Schwartz.
Yeah.
Yep, he's campaigning for it. We'll see if Gunn listens.
Well, look, after this trailer, he'll have some people interested. If that movie is as good as that trailer, he's going to have a lot of people trying to knock his door down. So, read my nature.
I
don't know, man.
The cavalry. We
Cavalry,
serve the cavalry.
Let's do it. That was. He looked great. He looked great as Wolverine, man. That was. Give us a little Elseworld, a what if story, something like that. I would love to see that.
Here's the thing. That I hate to be that guy, because I hate to be that guy, but Henry Cavill is 41 or soon to be 41.
Oh, it's the ageism thing. It's Keith. Here we go.
Keith,
he always jumps in my chat.
I have two words for you.
Uh-oh.
Digital de-aging.
Yeah.
You know what? I understand what you're saying, but the truth is the truth. It's just he's a good actor. I really like Henry Cavill, and on top of that, he's one of us. He truly is. He's not just a guy giving lip service. He is a fan.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thought process is, why have him perform a role that's a lot like what he had to give up? And a lot of people in the chat have already said it. Once you've been Superman, I mean, how do you go beyond that? So
it's gonna be real hard. Yeah,
unless you're gonna have whatever you do with Henry Cavill, you have to be under the understanding that as time goes on, you're getting into that whole thing where he hasn't got a lot of time. Once you get past the age of 40, a lot of actors are really starting to think about how much time they're donating to certain things. On top of that, I think his girlfriend just had his baby. So, I mean, he's a guy that is going to be thinking about that. So,
plus he has that Warhammer universe he's setting up, so he's gonna be pretty busy with that. And Highlander, he's a busy guy. Yeah.
You want him to do something where you can honestly give him something that he can sink his teeth into, but with the understanding that he can't really be a part of the main DC universe because he doesn't have that much time. So you might as well just have him just do a cameo in another movie as a particular character. You know, you don't have to kill him off or anything, but if you do something like a World War II appearance, I think that would really go a long way. And then if you want to come back later and do more with that character, you can, because Black Hawk ended up having a career beyond World War II. So, I mean, he and his squad ended up going all the way in the 1960s. So, Cavill, you know, he's got some time there. He's got some leeway there. But to have him play Ultraman, that funny at first, but now it's salt in the wound.
That's kind of a diss. Yeah, that's kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah, especially you're going to have him going up against David Cornsweet, who, again, let's make something pretty clear here. David Cornsweet is a guy who, again, had to work out to get the body that he has. And Henry Cavill definitely had to work out to get the body that he has. So far, if you're really going to do this, to be fair, Cavill's got him beat. Okay? The body that Cavill had going into Batman v Superman, he got big. I mean, the dude got big. So big that when he took a picture next to his the life-size model of him that they had at the DC offices of Superman, and this was, I think, either going into The Witcher or coming out of The Witcher and going into something else. No, this was, Batman v Superman. I'm sorry. This is his workout for Batman v Superman. His body was huge. I mean, it looked like he just doubled in size. So, Henry Cavill is just, the dude is scary. You know,
he's massive, dude.
I would not want to make him mad for any reason, you know. So, David Cornsweet, not anything against that dude, because he's tall. I will give him that. He is tall.
Yeah, he's just like a large person, like tall, like you said. It's that one shot in the trailer where he's like kneeling down. I'm like, bro, like you're still like 6 foot tall, like kneeling. It's like, what is this guy?
I mean, you know, but in a knockdown drag out, I think Cavill's got it.
Yeah.
Cavill compared to him, Cavill would be almost like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Cavill's he's in Man of Steel. They have that shot where he's running looking for a shirt, you know. And it's like, this dude is huge. Like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here?
It's like you should not be able to just grab some random piece of clothing, put it on, and because nobody makes clothes that big that are just randomly out there.
Just put some clothes on. Just find something. What are you doing?
You have to steal like this guy's. You're gonna have to steal half his wardrobe just to be able to make a shirt.
I swear, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a tall guy. He's a tall guy.
Yeah,
you know, but Cavill's a beast.
Yeah, it's no comparison with that one.
I mean, unless Cornsweet for the next movie is just gonna go all out, Cavill's still a beast.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Let's
We're
see.
gonna see what he got.
Rude by nature. If DC were to treat their live action TV like their animated films, they could do that and not worry about continuity to a certain extent. You know, I'm greedy like that though.
They can have it all.
I want to see the Bat family all in live action. I don't look. Batman 66 gave us Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. That's all we've ever really had. It is now 2020. It's going to be 2025 soon. And you're telling me that there is absolutely no way that we can get Batman, Nightwing, Robin, Red Robin, Batgirl, Batwing, that we can't get all of those characters along with all of the different sidekicks, that we can't get them in one movie together? Not one?
That's definitely possible.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as a DC fan, I'm disappointed if the answer is we can't do that. I'm just saying, what's the point?
Wolverine says no, Keith.
I see what you're saying there, Wolverine, but I'm just saying it would be worth it to get, they're already going to have Bruce and Damian. I say, yeah, go ahead, give us some Nightwing, and Batgirl, and Batwoman, real Batwoman, not the CW version, and and Red Robin.
I think it's a chance. I think it's definitely a chance for like Batwoman. I mean, obviously Nightwing, Red Hood, even a spoiler. I think you could say
spoiler would be good.
Yeah.
You're right, Wolverine. Henry Cavill should be everybody's benchmark for Superman's physique. That dude was scary big. That dude's like, he's gonna come to your house and it's like, I want your woman. And it's like, look, can you at least have her back by tomorrow morning? just hey baby, you going on a date tonight?
Jeez.
I mean, that would be like, Henry Cavill knocks on your door and wants to take your girlfriend / wife out. What are you gonna say? No? It's like, well, have her back at a reasonable time.
That's not fair. Yeah,
it isn't fair. It is not fair at all. I mean, the guy is he's like us. He's a geek. He's a nerd. He loves computers. You had girls who had no interest in computers and computer games watching this guy on TikTok build computers, build PCs.
Yeah, that was just like random too. It's like, okay, I was building computers. Like, okay.
I mean, that right there should have been an ad for one of these computer companies to have hired him to take his shirt off and start explaining how to put PCs together. And you guys couldn't do that. I mean, because a lot of women would have bought some PCs,
That would have made some money for sure. That would have.
I mean, Henry Cavill could have you could have had a whole YouTube channel dedicated to Henry Cavill, building gaming PCs, different types and models to use for different things. And a lot of ladies would have gone out to buy their own parts so they could build along with him as he's doing it. It's like, well, first of all, you'll be comfortable if you just take off your shirt. A lot of women was just like, okay, well, they can get half naked just to build a PC. Henry Cavill the guy is just scary big. Too bad Lucasfilm was so jacked up, because Henry Cavill would have been a neat guy to bring in to be a Sith Lord.
Oh man,
he would have had you would not make him a stormtrooper. I'm sorry, you just wouldn't, because he wouldn't be using the regular rifle, he just beats you to death.
Yeah, I think he likes Star Wars too. I mean, Cavalry's
Yeah, he
a
does.
fan.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, he's a geek, a nerd.
He could take Ray Stevenson's character.
Ooh. You know
Why
what?
not?
Yeah, unfortunately, that show just is
Yes.
good. But
No, it's not.
So I don't know why you would want to do that to Henry since he's done nothing to you.
I said the character. I didn't say in that particular shit show.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, he could take Ray Stevens' place. Ooh. Look at you, Martin.
Well, I better run. I gotta do a little editing, setting
Yeah.
up a stream for later. More Superman later. So appreciate you having me on, man. I'm gonna go and slide on.
You know what? Anytime you want to come on, big man, you just do it. I love having you on here, man.
Well, we got me and you we got to get back together. We kind of fell off our Paramount talks.
Yeah, because Paramount's still trying to get it done.
But if you heard Warner Brothers, I don't even want to start this because me and you would start talking for an hour. But Warner Brothers, they're going to split the company. Apparently, split some of their assets. Where it's like film studio and streaming over here, and then their cable channels over there, and it's a whole thing with that. So yeah, we have to get together and chop it up on that.
Okay, you got it. I'll be happy to join.
All right, appreciate y'all again. Take care, Martin. Shout out to
Merry
the chat.
Christmas, Phil.
Good to have you back, my friend.
We'll catch y'all soon.
Merry Christmas, Phil.
Merry Christmas to everybody. And we have this.
Wow. Let's see, Keith. Images have been revealed of Gunn's Fortress of Solitude, and it's lame. Looks like it stopped mid-formation. Oh. Well, if you can, share it with us. Share it with Martin, and we can see about, or at least send us a link, because I'm curious. Because I was hoping Gunn would try to be different and design the fortress closer to the way it looks in comics.
Well, let's not be so harsh. Remember, Clark doesn't earn so much money as reported. So.
Good point. Good point. Well, then again, he has enough power to be able to get as much money as he wants. All he needs to do is just, tunnel under some place, get himself some coal, and be able to put a lot of pressure on it and come up with a couple of diamonds, and he can start. That's the one thing about Superman that's one way he can make a lot of money real quick. He could do that. Immense pressure, come up with rare diamonds. I'm telling you.
Oh my God! Read.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Fortress CD.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you, Reed. Well, I think that'll about do it for our show today. We have had, first of all, let me just say, I did not plan on having all these individuals today, but I'm glad we had them. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it's Paulie. Latino Slant is just, he's a great dude. He is an incredible guy. And his channel and his streams are definitely must see. Sil, of course, Sil Abdul. Some of you have remember when he used to tap me to come on his show and talk about at least Paramount and stuff, and looks like we may be doing some more of that again. Whenever he wants, I will be there. Of course, Gary came on for a moment, and I just got to say, I mean, today, I know there are some people that aren't the biggest fans of what we saw today, but I feel good about it. I really, really do. I'm not saying this thing's going to be a monster hit. I'm just saying I just feel good about it. That's all. So, again, let me thank Andy Morrow, master of the TDS, Mephisto, Lovely Sherry, Country Shape Media, Victor Fontaine, Jeebus, Latino Slant, a.k.a. Paulie, Adrian Phillip, Marciano, Mrs. A, Wolverine 66, Read by Nature, Sci-Fi Mombi, Sil Abdul, The Lovely Penny, Leaky's Livestream, Shanatsky, Tim, and Gap After Dark, who says if this new Superman movie is entertaining, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I'll be fine if it's entertaining.
What
So
can I say? I like Black Adam. So
you know what? Like what you like. Like what you like. I mean, again, I didn't think Black Adam was awful at all. But wow. Anyway. Oh, geez. I gotta say, this is always good doing this. I always enjoy doing this with Martin and to present it to all of you out there. So to you, your friends, your family, I just want to say thank you. And if I don't happen to catch you between now and Christmas, have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And hopefully I might see you again before the new year.
well, see ya, everybody.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Thank you.